came a low-budget monster movie from Japan that politely introduced itself and said, "Hey, fancy another Godzilla film?" Not really, I thought to myself. After experiencing the cinematic equivalent of a massive child smashing their toys together for 3 entire movies, plus whatever the hell Skull Island was supposed to be, I was thoroughly monstered out by that point. By golly, I haven't been this entertained since my granddad got his beard caught in the food blender. And it may just be my favourite film of the entire year.
This is an amazing movie that all of you should go out and see right now. It is that good. In fact, now let me preface this, I'm a big Godzilla fan, but I think that this might actually be the best film of the year that American Godzilla films cannot do, which is human characters. I can't stand human characters. That's why when we watch one, we're like, let's see the monsters fight. Let's see how many different kaijus they are, because the America has had a chance and they failed over and over.
Again.
There was nobody that was like, oh, that he's forced comic relief, or, you know, he's a forced, you know, sad character or something like that. Everything felt so natural and so real. And that's so strange to say for a Godzilla film, but I love that I can say that. I love that somebody can see this idea that many would see as a goofy idea. And not that this is the first time it's been treated seriously. Of course it's been treated seriously other times, but this is the first time where I really gave a shit. I wanted to know what's gonna happen to this town. I really got a sense of community from this town and these people.
Yeah! That should be the whole review. So Godzilla Minus One is the newest Godzilla film from Japan's Toho Studios. Their gift to the world, and we thank them sincerely for this film.
So I think if you're a massive fan of this franchise, I can't imagine this movie not at least doing something for you. I hope you guys do check it out when it hits theaters, because it is definitely worth the price of a ticket. I had so much fun watching this tonight, and I'm gonna remember this for a long time, guys.
The first act, the first 15 minutes, pretty cool, pretty bold. I like this direction. And then bam, it hits a wall and it slows down, and then it slows down more. And then there's some weird editing choices where they fade away from shots and they cut things quickly. And then, okay, we're back into a somewhat decent action sequence, but then boom, wall again. And you are down for the count for a long time with these people that suck and this annoying little kid that's crying on the... There's nothing worse than seeing the kids cry.
Welcome! My name is Guardian Falco, and this will be my breakdown of Godzilla Minus One. Before I get started, I want to talk about my process of breaking the movie down. Also, this is a review of the content, not just going by scene, what works about the film and what does not. Second, a more obvious thing is that there will be spoilers. Shocker, I know. However, I will signpost them when the spoilers happen. Third, before the breakdown, I want to go over some coverage of the film. A bit of a meta conversation to see what people were thinking of the movie. This is important because this movie has good word of mouth and positive reviews on most sites. We need to discuss to see if those scores are justified. Are these people watching the movie in good faith? Maybe their expectations were too high, making them disappointed? Are people being objective when reviewing it? I think it's your job as a reviewer to have more insight than just your feelings on a film. Anyone can do that, and it's okay to ask for more from anyone who reviews movies. Reviewers do have a responsibility for accurate information, even if it's a review right out of the theater. Feelings do play a part in reviews, but they need to be directed in the right way. This is what I'm going to do for my breakdown, as well as be objective while telling you about my feelings. For example, when I saw Godzilla for the first time, it was in a cold theater. I had to cover my body in my shirt. However, I didn't care because the character writing and plot grabbed me. Still, that was my first time viewing, so maybe I could be wrong, which is why I want to do the breakdown. I believe this movie to be of good quality, and I want to prove it. Now the burden falls onto me to be accurate with you, the viewer. I hope you enjoy the video, and this will be in multiple parts. With my job and living situation, it will take a while to get videos off the ground. Now with all that info is out of the way, let's get started. Okay, so we are still in non-spoiler territory, but I will be using soft spoilers from now on, because I'll be going through the movie in a general sense before the full breakdown. I probably will repeat myself later, This section will cover the broad strokes of Godzilla Minus One. Let's go through the plot, music, characters, visuals, and themes. So the basic plot is about a kamikaze pilot named Kochi. It's nearing the end of World War II, and he feels like he just can't do his job. He's afraid of dying. Because of this, everyone who knows what he did or didn't do hates him. They blame him for people who lost their lives fighting, and for Kochi being a coward. Because of this, though, he helps a few people and causes him to feel better about himself. Still, the ghosts of the past won't let him go. His survivor's guilt and PTSD keep him up at night. The nightmares make him think that his life can't be real. After a while, killing Godzilla becomes his focus, and it comes to a head in the final act when everything comes together. One thing is clear throughout the movie. This is a dour film, but in a good way. Characters take things seriously, which transfer to the audience. The movie is melodramatic, but very few times is it over the top. They sell those emotions, but that's just my feelings on it. This film's budget is low. Well, compared to a Hollywood movie. The reason I bring this up because it doesn't look like it. The visuals punches above its weight class when it comes to money. The skill of the shots is appropriate for each scene. When Godzilla is on screen, you can feel its size from the angles, making it an epic moment each time. We get up close to the characters when they are emotional, putting you in their headspace, making you sympathize with them. Great or small, the visuals work great. The main theme of the film is an anti-war one. Godzilla Minus One doesn't tell you directly that war is bad. It shows you. The environments of the film show destruction and people's attitudes toward the government and with each other. It's down to earth with its details. After all, the best anti-war message is showing how war affects people in the aftermath of it. There are more themes, but that will be mentioned later in the breakdown portion. The music and sound effects are solid. Good stuff. We have a new Godzilla roar, and it gives me goosebumps whenever I hear it. Dialogue always sounds appropriate for each scene and the emotion of the character. Most of the music is set for mood, a background noise to heighten the scenes. One song of note is when Kyoichi is piloting the plane against Godzilla. There's a soft build-up to a choir. It adds so much to the emotion of what's going on. Older music from the franchise has been redone. I will say, it tickles my nostalgia hard. The classic music is so well done. You can tell they cared about Godzilla's legacy music, improving it epically without taking too much away. Of course, seeing some of the promotional stuff, they love Godzilla IP in Japan. The last thing I will talk about before I end the video is how Minus One is another origin story for Godzilla. This harkens back to the original black and white movie. It's called Minus One reinforces this. It shares the dour tone of the first cut of the 60s version. Expect the original movie covers the suffering of the people of Japan in a broader way, I believe, while Minus One shows the suffering in a more character-focused way. You get to know these people and you are rooting for them, for things to get better for them. So that's my little sort of overview. I'll be going over the movie proper, and I don't know how much footage I can use or not, copyright and all that, but next time will be my first part of my breakdown. Bear with me since it will take a while for me to get through the movie with notes. Thanks for watching and listening to my little rant. Goodbye for now. Make sure to take care of yourself. Bye!